Hi, this is Paul. I wanted to make a quick video about WWE. I haven't watched it as intensely as I used to watch it when I was younger, but I have a few ideas, and I want to just give you a couple of my opinions on a couple of things. Okay, they brought up two guys to the main roster, Obi Femi and Trick Williams. Okay, who killed it. Both of them killed it in NXT. Okay, and so they finally got brought up. Okay, now they're saying Obi Femi, who has the great entrance, they had him start at number one in the Royal Rumble. Okay, they had him even, I think, a Saturday Night Main Event fight Cody Rhodes. They're building him. He had a confrontation in the Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar. Okay, the Battle of the Beast, and so they got him going through both shows. Okay, but because they're trying to kind of stretch it out, saying that he's just trying to decide, the general manager's decide to sign into a contract. We'll see what happens with that. But in my opinion, you need to put Obi Femi, I think, to me, on Raw, okay, and leave Trick Williams on SmackDown, okay. I think you need to keep them separated, okay. Those are the two major stars that were in NXT, okay, and I think you need to keep them separate. They don't need to be on the same show, okay. In my opinion, Obi Femi, he gets a great. His interest is great, okay. He has presence, he has size, okay. He has like everything, okay, and he gets monster. People pop for him big time. Okay, so he makes the perfect face. You put him on Raw. Okay, and I think it'll be. And if you want to, I understand they don't want to put him directly in the main event scene right away. Okay, you want to build him up again. I think my suggestion is to have him fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think that would be one of the marquee matches. You can say that for night two. But have Obi Femi. You can even, like I said, build it up a little bit. Have Brock Lesnar come out a couple of times and stuff. Maybe watch a match or so that he has, and maybe interfere, or maybe one of those inadvertent hits or something like that. And then they start beefing, and then have them fight at the WrestleMania, and have Obi Femi go over Brock Lesnar. Okay, Brock Lesnar's been out he's been out a while, so he can afford to put somebody over, and Obi Femi is the right guy, I think, for him to put over. Okay, people love that interaction they had at the Royal Rumble, and I think it would be great to have a nice little 5 or 6 minute match, and eventually have Obi Femi go over Brock Lesnar. I think that would be perfect, and you have another star for Raw. Okay, and like I said, I know they don't want to jump him right in the main event scene, but I think eventually he will have to fight. Either if Roman has the title, Seth Rollins, whoever has the title, he's going to have to fight them eventually. Maybe if Gunther gets the title back, he's going to have to fight him eventually. But I think for now, they can give him the Intercontinental, build him up, maybe give him the Intercontinental title, take it up. Dominic Mysterio is not doing anything with it. I think Dominic has the Intercontinental title on Raw. Yeah, have him give it up. Okay, you can even have him just destroy Rey Mysterio. Not Rey Mysterio. Dominic, have him just destroy Dominic and take the title from him. Okay, and then you can have him like basically destroy people every week. Okay, if you want to do like that, or have the open challenge thing where he just destroys people instead of every week. He's a star in the making. Okay, he has everything. Okay, intensity. People love his entrance. Okay, leave him on Raw. I think that'd be perfect. Now, as for Trick Williams, to me, he gets such a tremendous pop too when he comes out. Okay, he is like, he comes out dressed up to the nines, and he's like a young Rock version of the Rock. Okay, and he's basically heelish because he's like attacking Sami Zayn and stuff, and just ripping them apart. But he's a charismatic heel. Okay, and the people love him. You see people singing his theme song as he walks out and stuff. People are into him. Okay, so you need to keep him on SmackDown. Okay, you can leave him heel. Eventually, you can turn him face, but for the meantime, you can leave him heel. Okay, he gets big, gigantic pops, and eventually, like I say, and he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber, which is great for him. Okay, I don't think he's going to win it. I think it was like, I forgot the guy on YouTube that said he thinks that he's going to win it. I don't think he's going to win the Elimination Chamber. He'll have a strong showing, Trick Williams, but I don't think he's going to win the Elimination Chamber. Okay, I just don't think that's going to happen. But he's going to have a good showing. Yeah, it's going to be sort of again another more of his coming out party. But Trick Williams is not going to win the Elimination Chamber. And I think it's just too soon for that. But, like I said, I think you have the United States champions, which is Carmelo Hayes. He can take the title off of Carmelo Hayes. I know Carmelo Hayes was for a long time, they didn't do anything with him. And then finally he got the U.S. belt. And so they're doing a little something with him. But I think eventually he's going to have to give that belt up, okay, and let Trick Williams run with it, okay. And you could have there's a lot of faces on SmackDown that Trick Williams can fight, and like I said, Trick Williams has charisma for days, okay. He is going to be a future world champion. It's just a matter of time before they put the rocket on him and let him fly. But in the meantime, you can give him the U.S. title, okay, and have him feud with a bunch of the good guys and stuff. But and then eventually, like I said, when he gets the world title shot, they can turn him face, okay. But I think definitely Trick Williams should again get the leave Trick Williams, because I think him and Obi Femi need to be on separate shows, okay. They just keep them on separate shows. There's two budding superstars. And when have you haven't seen two black stars in the WWE, come up with all this hype? Okay, you need to run. Triple H needs to run with it. Okay, and like I said, I understand if they don't want to put him in the world title scene right away. Give him the U.S. belt and let him hold it for a little bit. Okay, until he let him beat a bunch of people until he eventually he'll move up to the to the championship level and stuff. Again, let him face Cody and whoever else has the belt. Okay. Now, Royce Keys. He's Hobbs. Used to be Hobbs in AEW. They brought him up. He left the company, and he's in WWE now. He was at the Royal Rumble, but I haven't seen him since. I don't know if he's been on show. I don't know if he's been on the show yet, because I've been SmackDown. I've seen little highlights, but I haven't seen anybody show any highlights of him. So I don't think he's on TV currently now. I don't know if he's hurt or they're just holding him back. But he's not on any shows. What I think they should do with Royce Keys, because I think it's just bad timing for him, because he came there when they brought up Trick Williams and Obi Femi, and I think that's just too. I don't think they can juggle one more guy. Okay, I think Royce Keys, if they were smart, send him to NXT. That's where he needs to be. I think let him battle down there. Like I said, they can have him get a belt. Maybe the NXT title down there. Let him cook down there for a little bit. Royce Keys. I know he's older now than they said he was. At first, I think they thought he was 35, but he's really supposed to be 41. But to me, it doesn't matter. Royce Keys, I think he needs to be in NXT, because I think if he comes up to the main roster, I think he's going to get lost in the shuffle between Trick Williams and Obi Femi. I think he'll get lost in the shuffle. That's why I think Royce Keys needs to go to NXT, go down there and let him battle and stuff, and let him win a title down there. Let him see how he handles that down there, and then eventually I think you can bring him up maybe after a year or so. Then bring Royce Keys up. But I think in the meantime, you need to keep him in NXT down there. Let him see, let him cook down there, and let him even win a belt down there and see how he handles it. And then eventually, I think you bring him up, because I really think now that Obi Femi is up on the main roster, I don't think Braun Breaker is hurt right now. I just don't think because I can't even picture Braun Breaker trying to beat Obi Femi. I think that'll be please. Braun Breaker, I know he has that Steiner lineage in him, but he's short, okay? Obi Femi is a beast, okay? Trick Williams is a tall, charismatic beast. He has rock-like presence, okay? I think Braun Breaker, unfortunately for him, he got hurt right now, and I don't think he's going to be ready till after WrestleMania. So I think he's probably going to get lost in the shuffle too, because you have Obi Femi there, and I know they got probably Braun Breaker in the world title picture and stuff, but I don't see how you're going to eventually deny Obi Femi. Like I said, you give him the Intercontinental belt for a little bit, but then eventually you're going to have to move him up to the challenge guys like Roman or Seth, okay, or Gunther. Just again, that's going to happen sooner or later, and I can't see again Braun Breaker being much of a challenge to Obi Femi. To me, this would look silly to see Braun Breaker trying to beat up, believable to see if he could beat up Obi Femi, which I don't think he can. I just think it would look silly. But in my opinion, again, that's my choice for those three young black guys, and it's great to have three young black dudes that are, well, I don't know which one ain't so young, but three young black characters in WWE that are that may have great potential. Again, like I said, SmackDown, let that SmackDown be Trick Williams' show. Let Obi Femi stay on Raw. Okay, Royce Keys, send him to NXT and let him cook down there for like a year or so, and then eventually I think you bring him up, because I think if you bring him up now, he's going to get lost in the shuffle and eventually be a jobber or something, okay, or a henchman, which you don't need it to be. You need him to send him to NXT, let him dominate down there, let him become a world champion down there, and then eventually you can bring him up. But for the moment, you have two new stars on either shows. I think that's going to rock. Can you imagine Obi Femi beating Gunther? That'd be freaking awesome. Like just destroying him. Okay, but in the meantime, for WrestleMania, I know they're having trouble with the ticket sales. They need to book Obi Femi against Brock Lesnar. That just has to happen. I know they got a couple of weeks. They can set that up, okay, based on their interaction at the Royal Rumble, and let them fight, and then let Obi Femi go over on Brock, okay, and then you can have him start challenging, for the Intercontinental belt. You give him that belt, let him, have a couple of feuds, and say that eventually that he's going to move up to the big boys, to Roman and everybody else. So I think that's the perfect place for him on Raw. And SmackDown should be Trick Williams' show. Listen to the pop when he comes out. Okay, the man is charismatic. He's playing a heel, but he's charismatic, and people love him. Okay, you need him to be on SmackDown. Let SmackDown be his show, and send Royce Keys to NXT. I think that's the perfect way to handle it. If I was Triple H, that's exactly what I would do. I'd send Royce Keys, I said, listen, I know you're a veteran and stuff, but okay, we need to put you on NXT, get you some seasoning and used to the WWE style. We'll give you a couple of belts down, title runs down there, see how you handle it. Then eventually we'll bring you up. I think that would be perfect for him. Okay, that's just my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think of these three superstars, young black star wrestlers, which is kind of rare in WWE. Let me know what you think of them and what shows they should be on and their future potential. Again, I think definitely both Trick Williams and Obi Femi are going to be world champions eventually. It's just a matter of time. They have the look, the charisma. They have it all to me. So they're eventually going to be there. And Royce Keys, I think, can get there eventually. I think his road is a little bit more going to be a little bit longer because they have so many stars on the WWE on the main roster and stuff. So he's going to have to, unfortunately, bide his time, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. In the description box, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box as well. Also have a link down below to my merchandise store. I sell hats, t-shirts, mugs, sweatshirts, hoodies, water bottles, teddy bears for men, women, unisex. I have two designs. I have the spherical circles design. There it is right there. And then I also have the Trepacer logo. There it is right there. Okay, I have that on my merch. So follow the link. It'll take you to my merchandise store. And that's another way for you to support me. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long and take care.